Smart devices aren't very smart. We got to be very careful with the words we use. I always laugh when people go in and go, oh, I have a smart home or I have a smart fridge. What does that really mean? It basically means that your information and your privacy is being made public. When you say a device is being made smart, all it's saying is all of your personal data is now being publicly available. Let's look at a fridge. What does a smart fridge do? A smart fridge knows your eating habits. So a smart fridge will actually go in and know how many times you open the door, what you take out, and what you use. Because if you think about it, smart fridges have barcodes and have scales and weights for every product. So when you go in and you come back from food shopping and you open up the fridge and you start putting multiple devices into the fridge, it is able to figure out that you just did food shopping. And it knows everything you bought because everything you put in the fridge, it actually tracks and calculates based on the barcode. So now it knows everything you bought. So now it knows your shopping habits. It knows what you purchased and what you bought. Then it knows how much you use of every product. And here's the cool part. It knows what you're overbuying. I don't know about you, but I often go to a food store and I have these grandiose goals and I buy all this great food. And half of it I don't even eat or it expires. And I end up throwing it out. But then guess what I do? I go back to the store and I buy it again. Right? And I'm wasting a lot of food and a lot of money. What a smart fridge can do is go, hey, wait a second. Eric, the last 3 weeks, you keep buying yogurt and you don't eat it. Maybe you shouldn't buy yogurt. You think at the store that you want to eat yogurt, but you never do. So maybe you don't buy yogurt. So we can actually adapt to your shopping habits and let you save money, be more efficient. But the reality is, what if that information is turned against you? We don't think that what you buy and what you eat and what you consume is a privacy issue. But the reality is, what if people that are making it or producing it or want to sell to you know your buying habits? They know what you eat. They know when you eat. They know how you eat. And now they can target market you to go in and sell you different products, sell you different information, give you different data. Now, to me, I'm sort of on the fence. I think that's a good thing. I actually like the fact that I'm only being told products that are of interest to me. I'm only being sold products that are aligned with my beliefs and my eating habits. I like the fact that I don't have to generate a shopping list. I like the fact that if I'm wasting food, it tells me and it can be more efficient. So to me, I love the idea of smart devices, but we have to realize and recognize there's a privacy component that we're giving up. Is that okay? Is that acceptable? Here's the real question. What are the long-term implications? What are the long-term implications of now if everybody's shopping habits, everybody's eating habits are tracked and monitored and correlated in central databases? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Right? Is that George Orwell's, right, 1984 big government where we're now tracking, monitoring, and watching what everyone's saying? So this video is not about right or wrong. It's not about good or bad. It's about awareness. To me, the trick for technology being an ally and not an enemy is we need to understand and be aware of what it's doing. If we're unaware, that's where things get dangerous. When I get really scared and really worried is when people are using smart devices and they don't recognize the implications that they have. Give another example. Video cameras. I have people that travel and go, oh, Eric, it's amazing. When I'm traveling, I can actually access the video cameras in my house. I can see what my kids are doing. I can see when my kids go to sleep. I can see if my kids are playing video games in their bedroom or if they're actually sleeping. I get this great visibility, and I feel really good. My intent is never to judge people or have people feel bad about themselves, so I have to be very careful of how I do it. But I sit there and I go, wait a second. If you have access to it, who else does? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, if you're able to access your house, see where your kids are, watch and monitor your kids, what if somebody got a hold of your account? What if somebody got a hold of those cameras? They could now monitor and surveil what's happening in your house, watch your children, and see what they're doing. And then people get really scared, really frustrated, and really upset. So this is one of those things we just need to be aware. Is the value and benefit worth the risk and exposure? Is the benefit really worth the risk? The fact that you're traveling and you can watch your kids, that's a nice to have. But the fact that some nefarious person that wants to hurt, harm, or kidnap your child can also monitor, track, and watch your child, is that risk worth it? Is the benefit worth the risk? And what additional security measures do we need to put in place? So that's the trick with embracing new technology, is we need to slow down, and instead of being so excited about new tech, all I ask is you do some additional questions. Instead of asking the question that everybody asks with new tech, early adapters love this question. What is the value or benefit? The coolness factor. What is the unique, exciting, cool thing that this tech can do? How can this tech transform my life? How can this tech take me to the next level? And then we go, oh, it's so cool, right? I have to be so careful because I'm a geek. If you look at the cars that I drive, I have this Jeep. It's awesome. I love it. It's ridiculous. It looks like a Jeep that a 20-year-old should drive. It's huge tires. It's lifted. It's got all the effects on it. It's crazy, but here's the reality. A 20-year-old, or at least me when I was 20, I couldn't afford that. So now I am buying all the toys that I wish I had when I was younger. So it's like I love, being young, having fun, enjoying things. One of my favorite quotes is, getting old is required, growing up is optional, right? Well, why grow up? Be a kid, love life. So I love tech. And I'll tell you, I have robots, I have AI, I have all these new techs out there. I'm using them and enhancing them, but I'm always doing it from a perspective where I zoom out and I say, okay, how could this be used against us? How could this be used to hurt us? And if this continues in 15 or 20 years, what are the implications that this could have? How could this hurt us? How could this harm us? How could this cause damage? So one of the things, as we're embracing all this new technology, whether it's artificial intelligence or robotics or all this new advancement that's coming out, is let's slow down, not get enamored and excited about the features and benefits, but let's step back and ask yourself a question. What are the risks and exposures? What is the harm? What is the impact? How could this harm our life? How could this cause damage? And then we assess and go, okay, is this really worth it? Is the value and benefit worth the risk or exposure? Do we really want to go down this path? Do we really want to open up Pandora's box? And the concern that I have with a lot of technology is security is an afterthought. We get so enamored with the technology, it becomes a critical part of our life that now by the time we start seeing the risks and exposures, it's a little too late. Right? It's a little too harmful. To me, if we would have thought about social media from an aspect of how could this harm us, how could somebody use this to target or hurt our families, I think the way we use and the way we integrate social media would be completely different than how we're actually using it today. So let's learn from the past. Let's embrace technology. Let's embrace AI, but let's do it from a position of being educated and smart. Let's step back and ask ourselves, not just looking at the value and benefit, but looking at what are the risks and exposures, what is the harm, what is the damage, And is it really worth it? Or should we slow down, integrate, and use it in a way that better protects and secures our family and our friends?